Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Everyday Whiskey. I'm Dan.
And I'm Mike.
And there's a joke that's presented on the table right now that I would love to say, but due to community guidelines, I cannot go further than my brain. And Mike knows where I'm going with this.
I know exactly where he's going with it.
So, this week is our George Dickel special. We're featuring their Bottle and Bonded and their 15-year single barrel, which are their two prize jewels of the lineup.
Yes.
So, we're going to find out if the mysterious Flintstone euphoria is a thing. Which, if you don't know what that is, George Dickel has his reputation, and they're a fine distillery, from what I know. I also haven't had much experience.
Me neither.
But there is
very little.
Anyone when they were a kid ever had Flintstone vitamins, which I had, and I always wanted to eat more than you should have.
Oh, see, I fucking hated those.
So I liked them, but there's a thing where the back end of their whiskeys are supposed to taste like Flintstone vitamins. I've never tasted it, and I guess
we'll find out.
Yeah, so. We're going to get right into this because we're going to try and keep this one compact, short to the punch. And we got some little fun facts about the Dickle Distillery, which both of these whiskeys are made out of the Cascade Hollow Distillery in Toulouse, Tennessee.
Yep.
Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I right?
Tuscaloosa?
Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Tullahoma. That's a fucking name
So,
and a half. Tullahoma.
Aside from Jack Daniels, these guys are the next biggest distillery in Tennessee.
And that's a fact.
That is a fact. So
they're very big in Tennessee, actually. And Tennessee whiskey, as people know, it's very own thing, too.
So first we're doing the Dickle Bottle and Bond. This is 11 years aged. This is their tribute to making honest whiskey. We've had a Bottle and Bond episode, so we're not going to go into what that means.
No. Did we put this? We didn't even feature this on the Bottle and Bond, did we?
Did not.
We did not. So this is, I think, the first appearance on this channel.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever had Dickle on this channel.
Oh, fuck. Where am I going with that? Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that was well poured. Yeah, a little more than that.
Well, yeah. Jesus Christ, what the... Whatever.
I don't know how much you guys know about George Dickel, but they've actually been around since 1878 is when the company was officially founded.
Yeah, that is like straight up like...
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the company was founded in 1878 by George Dickel himself, and they've been making whiskey ever since. I don't believe they were operational through Prohibition, which many facilities...
Most places were.
Right? And if I'm wrong on that, I'll correct it in the comments of the YouTube video when it goes up.
It was a very rare occurrence people lasted through Prohibition.
This is also 80% corn. So this is technically a corn whiskey. And you smell it. Like, this smells like mellow corn, dude.
Ooh, that tastes delicious.
It's the mellow corn, like, corny ethanol note, but then it's backed by a little bit of brown sugar.
It's a lot of sweet corn and brown sugar on the palate. This is a sweet whiskey. This is very sweet.
It's very sweet. This is like maple syrup and brown sugar. This is really good.
Really
It's
sweet.
light, though. It's not heavy. It's not a heavy palate. Very light.
No. And I like the way it definitely packs a punch. What's the proofage on this?
It's 100. It's like
100
$100.
So it like packs a punch, but it kind of like you kind of feel it all over your mouth. It's not just like hot going down. Like I feel it on the roof of my mouth, my tongue. Like it kind of like bounces around.
It's evenly dispersed. It's a really well balanced whiskey. I know some people have issues with this, just because. Once again, this is another divisive bottle, much like the Willet Pot Still. Whether it's good or it's bad, I'm on the side of it's very good.
Yeah,
I like it. They have a 13-year option as well, which I actually don't like as much. I like the 11-year. The 11-year is a nice little pocket for it. I don't know why. The extra 2 years suspended in barrel, I think it takes away some of this really nice, bright, like cinnamon notes that's going on right now. Now, when we get into the next bottle, we're going to explain a really cool process that Dickle has dubbed the Lincoln County process. Which is, they do something that no one else in this country does.
Not even Jack.
Not even Jack. So,
but this is a proprietary technique to Dickle as charcoal filtering is to Jack in a way.
But the whole thing with Tennessee whiskey that makes Tennessee whiskey, it's got to be charcoal filtered and or charcoal mellowed.
Yeah, Jack just kind of like first to market in that technique, really. They kind of started
I believe so.
So that's kind of what I mean. Even though it's not technically proprietary, they kind of got the ball rolling on that.
And like these guys were technically around before Jack.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know how to open that one. There's like no clear...
Oh, no. There's like a...
There we go. Just rip it open. Oh.
Well,
that worked
That was so anticlimactic.
I'm surprised you opened it. that easily. Interesting.
That was so upsetting how that just worked out like that. I was like hoping for like a...
Real quick, do you get like a slight buttery kind of aftertaste on this bottle?
I'm done, but yeah, I got this like oddly creamy aftertaste.
Yeah, like way after you swallow and like it kind of like...
I'm going to say more cream than butter.
Yeah, a little creamy, like...
All right.
It's good.
But next is... This is a fresh crack. Never had this.
Fresh crack.
Neither of us have ever had this. This is George Dickel's 15 year single barrel.
Yeah. And this was had for a very, very good price.
Yeah, so this goes for about $45 a bottle for an 11-year bourbon, which is crazy.
Yeah.
This goes for about $60 on your shelf.
Yeah, so...
15-year bourbon. It's just like,
so
dude,
you're bumping 4 more years up out of this, and you're only increasing by... What, about 10, 15 bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 bucks. Like, that's not bad at all.
I don't like this cork, though. It's not in there. Like, I could literally... I could go pinky thumb.
Oh, that's a loose...
It's a little loosey-goosey for my liking.
I wonder if it's going to impact the aeration,
I think it's going to.
Not a good seal. So we'll have to revisit this in a couple weeks.
This is neck pour, too, so...
Yeah, neck pours.
I didn't look at the proof yet. I think it's 90 proof.
This is... 50.4%, so that is
101.8, or 100.8.
102, right?
50.4?
50.4?
So, yeah, 100.8.
Okay.
Am I right or am I wrong?
I thought it was 100.2, right?
50.4 times 2.
Or am I doing the opposite math?
You're doing the opposite math.
I think I'm...
50.
I gotta add. Yeah, you're right. I'm doing the wrong... Oh, wait, hold on.
Because maths. Alright, so, what we're going to mention is called the Lincoln County Process. This is about as nerdy as we're going to get right now. So, Lincoln County Process is exclusive to Dickle. Most Tennessee whiskeys do charcoal filter. It is something that they innately do that just makes them different from bourbon, and that's why bourbon can't be Tennessee whiskey, and Tennessee whiskey can't be bourbon. You mother...
I was going to say, this isn't going...
So... What George Dickel liked to do was he found out that he liked his whiskey to be made during the winter months. He liked when whiskey was started during the winter months as opposed to the summer months. He felt that it came out smoother and the flavors came out a little more bright, I guess, to say the least.
Theoretically, it makes sense because if you start it in the winter, your barrel's contracted at that point. As it ages and as the time goes on, once you get into the summer, your wood's going to start to open up, the barrel's going to expand, more flavors are going to culminate, and it's going to absorb more of whatever flavor the staves give off in the barrel. So it actually makes sense.
No, it makes sense to me too. So the big thing here is what he does essentially in layman's terms is he likes to cold crash his whiskey before he charcoal filters or mellows it to create an ultra smooth experience. Because the one thing you do get with Jack is it does have a kick.
Yeah.
And not saying that besides these products, other products of Dickle don't have a kick, but these two are, like, I've not had this, but this is super smooth.
Yeah.
I hate describing whiskey as smooth, but it's smooth.
It is.
So, cheers to a 15-year single barrel.
It smells straight up oak.
That's wood, man. That's a
toasted barrel.
That is a toasted oak tree.
I love that nose. This is like my ideal nose.
This is a classic bourbon nose. I don't know how else to describe it, but like if you can think of how bourbon should smell, this is how it smells. It's not bourbon. I know it's not bourbon, but it smells like bourbon. And one thing you will see, much like Maker's Mark, Dickle does not use an E in whiskey. He derives it from the Scottish roots.
And if you're not familiar with what a toasted oak barrel would smell like, think of cola. Think of the scent of like cola syrup, like just a little sweet, a little. I just get straight barrel.
I'm getting barrel, but I'm getting some sweetness too. That's
why
in the background.
Like cola,
I think there's like some cola. Yeah, I feel like there's like some vanilla and clove.
Yeah, a little bit of vanilla in there. Ooh.
That's big. That actually tastes big.
That's interesting. I need more.
It's big.
I gotta.
It's a little more
interesting.
It's a little more punchy up front than the 11-year.
Definitely has more punch. A lot more punch.
Once again, that's something that Mike and I say, punchy. It's not a technical term by any. It just means that it kind of like where this one kind of like was like, hey, come in. Like
This just busts down the
It'll
fucking
be fine.
door.
This is like the guy at the bar who like wants to fight as soon as he gets in.
Yeah, it's just it comes in rough. It comes in
but
hard.
Smooth like after it
But it's
completely
smooth
mellows out.
finish, yeah. The taste though, that's what gets me.
And that core note you get here is not here. Not even in the same. It's not even remotely in the ballpark.
It's very spicy.
Spicy, yeah. It's got some good. It's got
like
a
a
rye
rye.
spice.
Yeah.
Let's look at the mash bill.
Yeah, check that mash bill
I want
out
to check the
because
mash bill. Because it's got to be a high rye count. Because I'm getting that rye bread.
it tastes very much like a rye to me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I mean, obviously it's not. It's a single
I like
barrel
this,
whiskey.
I'm really enjoying this because this tastes like, for bourbon for our bourbon drinkers and bourbon fans out there, this tastes like a really well done big bourbon.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this. This is a good winter whiskey. Definitely a good. It's warming. It's very warming. But like I said, I can't get past that rye spice. Why do I get rye spice out of that?
Breakdown. All right, Breaking Bourbon. Breaking Bourbon would you follow these guys actually?
Yes.
Yes, I'm over 21.
Did that mash?
Holy shit! It's 84% corn, 8% rye, 8% malted barley.
All right, so it's your traditional mash bill. It's almost
This one's a lower proof. So these are single barrels, so they vary heavily.
That's
so the
true.
one they review was 96.2 proof.
Okay.
But that's the mash bill on the one that the mash bill I'm assuming doesn't change.
No, it can really, and that's very reminiscent to Jack's mash bill too. Very similar.
84%. So this is another corn whiskey essentially. This
It's
is crazy.
12% wheat barley. You said.
8% barley, 8% rye.
Oh,
No wheat, no
That's
nothing.
good. So it's not that reminiscent of Jack.
Do you smell apple peel?
Excuse me.
I'm getting apple peel.
A little, dude. It's hard. It's just okay. I'm gonna sum this nose up
There's so much
in
there's
one
so
word.
much wood exposure that this thing got.
Let me give you one word to sum up this nose, and that's just rustic.
Yeah, very. Yeah, I think it's old
Rustic.
school. I think it's rustic, old school, like barnyardy.
Go into like an old like saloon styled bar, just that's filled with a wooden bar back. It's just rustic. Everything about it smells like it's from the country. That's the best way, which is pretty much just wood. It's oak. It's wood.
Yeah, no, seriously,
I
like
love this smell.
you're gonna get.
I want this in a candle.
Nose is very oak forward. Palate, you're gonna get a little bit of sweetness from the corn, but that wood note's gonna carry through. And I'm also getting a little bit of like honey and brown sugar in the back end, which was you got some of the similar notes in the Dickle 11 year.
This is a really good bottle.
But overall,
really good bottle.
We're gonna have to wrap this up honestly because we are actually gonna be using a new editing software, and Mike needs some time to get used to it. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Everybody, please do the first thing is just like the video. You can do that in the first 2 seconds of you clicking on the thumbnail and being like, I want to watch these idiots talk about Dickle. You know, what puts Dick in Dickle? Number 2, please subscribe to the page. That is the biggest thing. That lets us know that you like what we're doing so we can keep doing it.
Yes.
And number 3, please comment if you think something that we said was incorrect or infactual, or if you just want to say like, hey, good job, boys. We really appreciate that. That helps out.
Make sure you comment correctly if you're trying to correct one of us.
Exactly.
I do my research when I answer.
Mike and I both will do our research before we respond. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, we'll do our research.
We're going to say Karen with an SH.
Yeah.
So, everyone have a good week. Drink responsibly. Drink safe.
Cheers, guys. Later.
Bye.